Hello and welcome to Your Town television and radio program. My name is Terry Lowe and I'm the board chair with the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce. Today my first guest is Dayton Hughes. Dayton Hughes is the founding partner of DHC, Developing Human Capital. DHC provides consulting, workshops, coaching with a focus on leadership and team building. Dayton has trained, coached, and consulted clients from over 50 nations. Dayton appreciates diversity and creates a win-win-win scenario with each new situation presented to him. Based in Monterey, Dayton joined the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce and serves as an ambassador. He is recognized as the MPCC Volunteer of the Month. Dayton is also an active member of the Rotary Club of the Monterey International and serves as the club's foundation chair and president-elect. So Dayton, it sounds like you're fairly busy.
Keeping busy every day, Terry.
Very
Thanks
good.
for inviting me here.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. We invited Dayton here today and several additional guests who are chamber members. The intent is to make sure that we're providing high value. One of the things that I wanted to make sure during our my board chair year was that I would be able to go to each member, and if they ask me, what have you done for me lately, I can basically list off a list of different activities that the chamber has accomplished. And this is one of the final things that I'll be offering to my membership during December, which is the last month that I'll be serving as board chair. Next year with the Chamber of Commerce, the board chair is going to be Chris Tome. So let me start by asking you, Dayton, how long have you been a chamber member?
I joined the chamber in July of 2007, basically as soon as I relocated to Monterey.
And what prompted you to join?
You know, starting the business, I realized that the first thing you need to do is to get your message out there. What better place to start than the Chamber of Commerce? They've been so supportive from the very beginning. I was involved, I think, in the second month as a chamber member with the Ambassadors Committee, and they've made it so easy for you to get out there and share your message with others, get to know other community members, and to learn how you can become an active and involved community member.
So not only are you involved, but the goal here was to make human contact with each and one of the members in the chamber. And the chamber's got about 900 members for you to choose from. Now, your name is quite interesting, Developing Human Capital.
Right.
Can you explain a little bit more about that concept?
Sure. We're all about helping people to invest in their teams, helping leaders and emerging leaders within organizations to learn how to grow the people around them so that they actually can perform what they need to in a very healthy environment.
And can you help define what a healthy business environment is?
Okay, a healthy business environment starts with the foundation of trust. So we really look to developing the trust between team members, between subordinates and their supervisors, and looking to create a common language so that everyone can articulate the mission of the organization more clearly and as a unit.
Now, you mentioned this language. I know the Chamber of Commerce comprises of many, many small businesses. So when an individual opens up a business, do they already have this language, or is this a language that has to be learned?
You know, it's a combination of both. They already have a lot of it, and sometimes it takes a third party, someone from the outside, to come in and observe them in action to understand what is really working for them and where their areas of stress may be. So you can alleviate that stress by helping them with articulating things more clearly.
Can you share with me some of the pitfalls if somebody were not to go through a strategic leadership exercise? What are the common pitfalls that you see small business owners making?
Well, often they'll get into certain habits and assumptions rather than laying things out for people in a very clear fashion and getting a set of milestones set forth. What happens often is some bad habits will start to rear their heads, so to speak, and it's not recognized at first because, you know, we all get busy. We all have a lot of things to do, a lot of things on our platter each day, and if you are not taking ownership over your area and saying, oh, that's out of my job description, you may be in a situation where the leader comes in and starts doing things that should be your responsibility, preventing you in a way from growing. And that's a negative habit. A lot of leaders are doers. They see what needs to be done, and if it's not getting done, they take it on themselves, rather than teaching and showing their subordinates how to do it and guiding them along through the process.
It reminds me of the teach a man to fish concept.
Exactly. Feed them for a day. If you give them the fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach them the fish, you feed them for a lifetime.
Right. Well, Dayton, you mentioned busy professionals.
Right.
And that's something that I have personally experienced, but also getting feedback from our membership stating that due to the downturn in our economy, that business owners are now finding themselves involved in the business. They're worrying about that bottom line, where the business is going to come from, which is one of the reasons why they've become more involved with the chamber now more than ever. They're going back to the grassroots marketing. But here's the challenge, because they're more invested in their business now from an operational standpoint.
Right.
How has that affected them from a leadership standpoint?
Well, often if they are expressing any sense of fear in the organization rather than inspiration, the motivational level of their staff and their team can be adversely affected. It's really a demotivator to have someone be too micromanaging, looking at the downside rather than guiding the team towards a brighter and a happier future.
Well, I mentioned the tight economical times. How does a consultant add value to an organization, especially during these times?
Well, often companies that are medium-sized or larger will have their own training and development expert on staff, someone through the human resource department. If you have a consultant on board, you can actually augment their current system, or they can choose not to have a training and development specialist for an extended period of time in these tough economic times. They could choose to outsource that training and development. Bringing in a group like DHC, we can come in, get to know the people, become like family with them, but only several days a month. They don't need us there every single day for training and development. They need to step away from the training and get to their jobs.
So practical use.
Practical use of it.
Exactly.
And then come back to us for the measurement and milestones so that we can provide proper coaching to help them get to the next level.
So it sounds like training and education are vital tools for business growth.
Absolutely. And in this time where you have any bit of a lag period where you don't have a lot of proposals out there to be written or to be acted upon, this is a perfect time to take stock in the leadership and the emerging leadership within your particular organization and really identify in very clear terms what is our aim and where is our market niche and how do we arrive there.
That's great, finding direct focus. Yeah, I'm actually, we're very aware of this. When people are out of work, they end up going back to school, which in essence is great because they're feeding their mind so that they'll be well prepared when the economy comes back up and that there's job availability.
And this is going to school in your own place of business.
Exactly, School of Hard Knocks. I've got a question for you. I know as a business owner that sometimes I'm a bit fearful about investing in my employees because there's a time component and there's a cost component. Let me ask you this. What is the cost if I don't invest?